When motivation is gone but life must continue. The weight of the silence. The hardest part of falling isn't the impact, it's the silence that follows. You've tried every door, and they all seem locked. You've followed every piece of advice, and yet, here you are back in the same room, with the same heavy heart. It feels like the world is moving at light speed while you are anchored in the mud. You watch others thrive and wonder what secret they have that you don't. But listen closely. This silence isn't a dead end. It is a cocoon. This feeling of being lost is actually the moment your old self realizes it can no longer survive the way it was. You aren't dying, you are being forced to shed a skin that no longer fits. Acknowledging the whole. It is time to stop pretending. You've been exhausted by the effort of looking okay for everyone else. But you can't climb out of a hole until you stop trying to decorate it. Acknowledge the depth of where you are. Say it out loud. I am struggling, and I don't have the answers right now. There is a strange, radical power in that honesty. It clears the air. By admitting you are at the bottom, you finally stop the energy leak of denial. This isn't a confession of weakness, it's a declaration of reality. This is the baseline. This is the solid ground upon which you will eventually build something that cannot be shaken. The myth of constant motivation. We have been lied to about motivation. We wait for it like a lightning strike, hoping it will ignite a fire that carries us to the finish line. But motivation is a fair weather friend. It's there for the sunny days, but it abandons you the moment the storm hits. If you wait to feel like it, you might wait forever. Life transformation doesn't happen because of a feeling, it happens because of a decision. When the fire goes out, you have to learn to work in the cold. Discipline is the torch you carry when the sun goes down. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when every fiber of your being is screaming to stay in bed. The power of one small thing. When your whole life feels like a disaster, the big picture is your enemy. It's too large to move. So, stop looking at the mountain and look at the single pebble at your feet. If you can't change your career, change your morning routine. If you can't change your morning routine, change the way you make your bed. Do one small thing with absolute excellence. Wash one plate until it shines. Walk for 5 minutes. These aren't just chores, they are evidence. Every small task completed is a vote for the person you are becoming. You are proving to yourself that you still have agency. You are reclaiming your territory, 1 square inch at a time. Redefining failure. You look back at your failed attempts as wasted time. You see them as scars or embarrassments. But what if those weren't failures? What if they were data points? You now know 10 ways that don't work, which makes you more dangerous and more capable than the person who has never tried at all. You aren't starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. Every time you fell, you learned something about the terrain. The hole you are in is paved with the lessons of your past. Use those lessons as steps. You haven't lost the game, you've just been in a very long, very difficult training camp. The invisible growth. Nature never rushes, yet everything gets done. Think of a seed buried in the dark. To the seed, it feels like it's been buried alive. It's cold, it's crushing, and there is no light. But that pressure is exactly what causes the shell to crack. Right now, you are in the rooting phase. You are building the internal strength, the resilience, and the character that will support the person you are about to become. Just because you can't see the sprout doesn't mean the growth isn't happening. The most profound transformations happen in the absolute dark, where no one is watching and no one is cheering. Trust the process of the soil. Forgiving your past self. You are carrying a backpack full of stones, and those stones are named, "I should have known better." You are punishing your past self for not having the wisdom you only gained after the mistake. That isn't fair. You did the best you could with the broken tools, the limited knowledge, and the emotional state you had at the time. It's time to put the backpack down. Forgive the person you were 6 months ago. Forgive the person you were this morning. That version of you was just trying to survive. Give them a hug, tell them thank you for getting us this far, and then leave the stones behind. You need your hands free to climb. Finding a new why. Perhaps the reason you lost your motivation is that your old why wasn't yours to begin with. Maybe you were trying to prove someone wrong, or trying to meet an expectation that wasn't your own. If that why has died, let it stay dead. It's time to find a reason that actually resonates with your soul. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to be to change the world. It can be to prove to myself I can survive this. It can be to be a better example for someone I love. Find a reason that makes you want to stand up, even if your legs are shaking. A person with a why can bear almost any how. The strength in persistence. Persistence is often misunderstood. We think it's a heroic, non-stop sprint. It isn't. Persistence is just refusing to let the story end on a bad chapter. It's the quiet, stubborn no you say to the voice that tells you to stay down. You don't need to finish the marathon today. You don't even need to see the finish line. You just need to take the next step. And then the one after that. If you can only crawl, crawl. If you can only stand, stand. The victory isn't in the speed, it's in the refusal to be finished. Every minute you spend moving forward, no matter how slowly, you are winning a war of attrition. Connection and vulnerability. Isolation is the fuel that keeps the hole dark. When we are losing it, we tend to pull away, thinking we are a burden or that no one will understand. But your struggle is not a secret to be ashamed of, it is a bridge to others. You were never meant to carry the weight of an entire life on your own shoulders. Vulnerability is not a leak in your armor, it is the courage to be seen in your mess. Reach out, tell someone, I'm struggling. You will be surprised to find how many hands reach back. We are social creatures, we find our strength in the reflection of those who refuse to let go of us. The momentum shifts. Can you feel the shift? It's subtle at first, like the wind changing direction before a storm breaks. You're starting to move not because you have to, but because you want to see what's around the next corner. The fog is thinning. You aren't getting back to your old self, you are meeting your new self. This version of you is sharper, more resilient, and far more compassionate. You've been through the fire, and you've realized that you are the one thing the fire couldn't burn. You are the architect of your own comeback, and the blueprints are finally becoming clear. You aren't just surviving, you are beginning to lead. The transformed life. Life must continue, but it doesn't have to continue the way it was. You have crawled out of the depths, and you have brought back a perspective that those who stay on the surface will never understand. You know the value of a breath. You know the power of a single step. The hole you were in didn't swallow you, it tempered you. Look at the horizon and realize that the same energy you used to survive is the energy you will now use to thrive. You didn't just survive the hole, you used the dirt to build a mountain so you could see further than ever before. This is your life. It is beautiful, it is hard, and it is finally, truly, yours. If this message spoke to you today, please remember to subscribe and share this with your loved ones. You never know who might be fighting a silent battle in the dark. Be sure to look out for more educational and encouraging videos right here at your social university. We love entertainment, but our true passion is helping people get unstuck. No one has to climb out of the hole alone. Let's grow, let's heal, and let us learn together. We will see you in the next video. Tell us one small W you accomplished today. Let's celebrate the first steps together in the comments.